Welcome to Build a List with Dan from Miniwargaming.com. So, excuse me. This cough I've had for like a week won't go away. Neither will these orcs. So, today we're going to go over two different 500 point lists. 500 points is very good for you players that are just starting to collect. I actually really enjoy 500 point games. Don't do it often for a battle report just because it goes so quick and there's not as much excitement. But for a short little game, if you only have like an hour or something, just a small amount of time, you can get either you can do a kill team or you can even just do a 500 point battle. There's like restrictions on you can't bring the higher armor value, so it makes it even too. So it's just fun little games. So there's two lists I brought went up. First one, take a look at right now. There is a war boss with heavy armor, boss pole, power claw, and his twin linked shooter. There are also 3 death copters with twin linked rockets, 20 boys with a knob and a power claw, and 4 knobs. They each have heavy armor and one has a big chopper. Now the reason I chose this army is quite clear to some of you, I'm sure, but it's basically Assault on Black Reach. You can get everything you get in Assault on Black Reach is basically there. You minus the 1 knob because you don't need them, and the big shooters you just use as normal boys. So it's very easy. That's the cheapest option to get the 500 points right away. And the war boss, again, spend more points. You can even spend more points on the war boss and war gear to get him up. But I was looking at it, and the death copters give you some mobility. You can outflank them. You want death copters in 3 different squads. Okay, even though you have 3 of them, you can take them in 1 squad, but there's no real point because you don't really want to get in combat with them because they have so much better shooting. And most of the stuff you're shooting against, for example, Space Marines, if you hit them, as long as you don't roll a 1 to wound, they're dead. They don't get an armor save, and you should be flanking enough to deny them a cover save. In a small game of 500 points, you don't have a lot of things to shoot at, and so your boys and war boss can get up the board a lot quicker, and your knobs. And your knobs hitting will actually almost do as much damage as those 20 boys by themselves. Not quite as much, but it obviously costs less points too. And so the knobs just go up, hit. You don't really need too much armor cutting, and the knob with a big chopper, and the war boss. If there's any small vehicles, you can take them out. Very simple list. Fun to play. I have played with it, and you just kind of run forward, very straightforward, and you probably don't want to outflank the death copters just because, again, you want them to get shot at, or you just start whittling down the Space Marines or whatever you're facing as much as possible. Now for my second orc list, it's pretty simple. Take a look at it now. This is the optimal 500 point orc list. If you're bringing a 500 point battle and you want to win, that's your only objective, bring this army. Very simple. You got a war boss, you got heavy armor, boss pole, and a power claw. Then you have 24 boys with a knob, power claw, boss pole, and 30 boys, knob, power claw, boss pole. Put the war boss with whatever squad you like, doesn't really matter. You take both squads and you run up the board. You just move, run. So you're moving an average of 8 to 9 inches every turn. If you start 12 up, by turn 3 you should be able to get to them, and then you have your wall to get in, and then once you just hit, they're probably, and if they have template weapons, obviously just spread out a bit more so it won't do as much damage. They really can't kill you 500 points. It's very, very, very hard to have enough stuff to be able to shoot that many boys by the time you get to them, and then once you get that many boys stuck in combat, they just die. It's very simple, not too crazy about it because it's just so simple. But if you have like a tournament where it's like increasing point value, actually the only one I've ever seen was Matt's done it like years ago, and it's been since has not been done. But bring lots of boys and you win. I I guess that's true for bigger points game too. Anyways, very simple, straightforward. You just run forward, attack, shoot, and the war boss is fantastic because on the attack you get 5 attacks that are most likely hitting on 3s. So you're gonna hit with 3 to 4 of them that are strength 10 and are armor cutting, power weapon. So it's just you can just wipe out so many things with that. Not to mention if your 30 boys all do get to attack at the same time, which is rare, but you're getting 100 plus dice on attacks. So it's just like just about 60 hit, and then another 30 wound, and you have to roll 30 dice for wounds. It doesn't matter if you're a Terminator or anybody. You're gonna roll a 1. That is the object of the boys squad. Just spam boys, run them up the board, and kill them. That's about it. I can't really stretch this video anymore. That's it. So very simple, 500 points. You can mix it up, have some fun. So Assault on Black Reach, still doable. Have a bit of trouble versus the boy spam, but there you have it. Have fun with it.